So I took a trip to the Apple store and I gotta say, these new iPhones, they look pretty cool. So I'm gonna say this right off the bat, the new Desert Titanium Hero color that they've got for the iPhone 16 Pros, they kind of give off subtle rose gold vibes. But let's actually just go back to the base model iPhone 16. So these colors are quite possibly the best iPhone colors I've seen in years. They finally filled up their printer ink. So the colors white, black, pink, teal, and ultramarine. Now, I personally love pink and ultramarine because they're just such punchy, saturated colors. Now, onto that teal color. When I was in the Apple store, the teal didn't really look like actual teal. It just looked green, like a really, really dark green. Now, the base models get an ultra-wide camera upgrade. Now, these ultra-wide cameras get autofocus. If you don't know what that means, it means that the ultra-wide cameras can now do macro. It's nice that the average man can get macro photography on their iPhone 16 or 16 Plus. However, they are still 60 Hz phones. So they don't get any like higher refresh rates. They don't get 90 Hz, no 120 Hz, still 60, and no always on display. Moving on to the 16 Pro, the colors are white titanium, black titanium, natural titanium, and desert titanium. They have an upgraded 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, which just means higher resolution ultra wide photos and higher resolution macro. That basically means that you get a 12 megapixel macro output. The bezels are now insanely slim. So these are quite possibly one of the slimmest bezels and even bezels that I've seen on a smartphone. Some phones may have thinner bezels, but I still do think that the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max look significantly better just because they have even bezels. The only thing they have to iron out now is that dynamic island, which seems to be sitting a little lower this year. However, I do have to say that on the side rails of the 16 Pro, it's no longer a brushed titanium finish, it is now matte. I find that they're extremely prone to fingerprints. The reason why I'm not much of a fan of it is because titanium with a PVD coating is a very different feeling to aluminium with anodization. These two are different metals with different processes to color them, and that's why they come out with different hand feels. Now, this button, I love this camera control button. Apple refuses to call it a button.
It is a real button, right? It's a physical thing that depresses, right?
I think it's a first of its kind. There is a tactile switch that gives you that final click. Then there's this.
But it is a button. It clicks. I love the gestures, the scrolling and the options and everything. As a camera guy, I got used to that control scheme extremely quickly, and I love being able to switch lenses like really quickly like this. But you tend to be able to over scroll if you scroll through the entire camera control button. So it's really a precise control swipe. Anyway, I'll have a proper review of the iPhone 16 Pro Max coming at the end of October, so stick around for that. If you want to grab some of my custom wallpapers that are used by me daily and also featured in a lot of videos now, you can pick them up at the Buy Me a Coffee shop link down in the description, where it's available for $250 US, and you can also get a 50% off with code SERIES1. That's it for today. Stick around and have fun.